Before we get into the video, I decided to add some background gameplay to this video to make it more entertaining, and also because I am experimenting for the channel. Let me know if you like it, or if you have any other suggestions. Now let's get into it. Do you want to learn more about what trauma is and how it can affect us? Well, in this video, we will be speaking about the topic of trauma, from discussing the different types of trauma, its symptoms and the conditions it can cause, to speaking specifically about the condition known as PTSD. We will be discussing these things. And if you're looking for some coping strategies to help deal with trauma, we've got some quick tips at the end. But also, as trauma can affect people differently, there's no one solution to this problem. However, this video can still provide you with some valuable insights and information. So, whether you're looking to gain clarity on the subject or just want to learn something new, this video is for you. I'm still new to the subject, but I still want to share what I found. So, let's get into it. There are two types of trauma: physical and psychological. Physical trauma is injuries that happen to the body after an accident, violence, or other cause that physically harms the body. The other is psychological trauma, which is an emotional response to a terrible event that causes distress. It can be long-lasting and can affect a person's physical and psychological well-being. It is also the one we will be speaking about. And examples of causes could be physical or sexual assault, natural disasters, being a soldier or war victim, neglect, loss of a loved one, and the list can go on. The symptoms it causes can be context-dependent and can also depend on individual factors. Trauma can also lead to mental illnesses if it becomes severe. These can lead to a range of mental health conditions including PTSD, depression, anxiety disorders, substance and eating disorders, and dissociative disorders, to name some. So, how can trauma affect an individual? I tried to include the main ones, but I may have missed a few as I wanted to keep it simple. Number 1. As already said, trauma causes emotional distress and can change a person's mood and behavior, especially if a person is having negative thoughts. Number 2. It can also physically affect a person, as when the stress response system, also known as fight and flight, is activated repeatedly or for prolonged periods of time. As is the case with trauma, it can lead to physical changes in the body that can have negative health consequences. An example is alterations in the brain structure, changes to the immune system, and risk of cardiovascular disease and digestive issues. There are many more, and it can become really complicated. Number 3. It can cause relationship difficulties. Trauma can make it difficult for individuals to form and maintain healthy relationships. This can include difficulty with trust, intimacy, and communication. Especially if trauma was caused by another person, these individuals will be more careful about who they let into their lives. Number 4. Negative self-image. Trauma can also lead to negative self-image and feelings of worthlessness or shame if a person feels they are to blame for a past traumatic event. Number 5. Hypervigilance. Trauma can cause a person to be hypervigilant or constantly alert, which can make it difficult for them to relax and feel safe. They take this caution to protect themselves from future harm, and it can be a useful survival mechanism, but can be unhealthy. It can have physical effects like high blood pressure, heart disease, anxiety, and depression. It can also cause difficulty focusing, disrupted sleep, and social isolation. Number 6. And it can develop into a mental health condition too, as said with the previous examples I mentioned. I will now speak about PTSD. PTSD is the one known for sure to be caused by traumatic events, so it is the one we shall be speaking about, as the other conditions can be caused by trauma, but this one is the most likely to be caused by trauma, as it isn't influenced by other factors like the others, and it happens because of traumatic events. So, what is PTSD? The full name is post-traumatic stress disorder. It's when you feel the pain of an event after that event has happened. A person suffering from this can have flashbacks, intrusive thoughts and feelings, and even physical sensations like sweating, nausea, trembling, and more. It's like they are reliving the terrible situation. It can be caused by triggers in their present situation that remind them of the event and causes the PTSD. The more severe version is complex PTSD, which is a type of post-traumatic stress disorder that can occur after experiencing prolonged or repeated trauma, particularly in situations where the person feels powerless or trapped. Unlike PTSD, which is typically caused by a single traumatic event, C-PTSD is often the result of chronic or repeated exposure to traumatic events, such as physical, emotional, or sexual abuse, neglect, domestic violence, or being a prisoner of war. So, what are the treatments? There are treatments like getting therapy or having medication, and these can be sought if a person is showing signs of PTSD and if it's really affecting their life. But medication can have negative effects, so being aware of the side effects is crucial. Here are the quick tips. Number 1. Meditation. A spiritual practice. Another option you can do independently is meditation. You can watch a video to know how to do it, but the simple idea is it helps create a calm state which can reduce stress hormone. This is done by focusing on something other than what's stressing you, usually your breathing. By doing this, you stop the initiation of PTSD, which is the negative thoughts, and allow yourself to feel at ease and in the moment and not stuck in your head thinking of painful experiences. Number 2. Visualize successful outcomes. Thinking of success and what you want can improve your mood and put you in a positive state. Number 3. Doing hobbies or activities. Do the things that make you happier, like a hobby, or working towards goals. Do things that allow you to relax. This may be exercising, listening to music, playing games, or speaking with family or friends. This is helpful as it's a positive distraction for your mind and may allow you to enter a flow state and divert your attention from your worries. To summarize, think of something that is enjoyable for you, and that can boost your mood and let you be positive. Number 4. Saying positive affirmations to yourself. Statements that boost your confidence and make you feel better. This helps shift your focus from the negativity to positivity. Number 5. Practice gratitude for what you have. This shifts your focus and increases your levels of positivity. Number 6. Surround yourself in positivity by being with positive and lively people who make you feel great. Their positivity can influence you and change your mindset. Number 7. Reframe negative thoughts. When negative thoughts creep in, try to reframe them in a more positive way. For example, instead of thinking "I can't do this," try thinking "I may face challenges, but I am capable of finding solutions." This is a great mindset to have to better self-confidence too. Number 8. Practice self-compassion. Be kind and gentle with yourself and avoid negative self-talk. Treat yourself with the same kindness and compassion that you would offer to a friend. And lastly, remember what negativity leads to. It can make you feel depressed and be unproductive, which will affect your future. Having this in mind will not allow negativity to be an option for you. And that's it. Thank you for watching this video on trauma. We hope that it has provided you with valuable insights and information on this important topic. Remember, trauma can affect people differently and there's no one solution to this problem. However, with the right support and coping strategies, people can manage their symptoms and lead fulfilling lives. If you or someone you know is struggling with trauma, please don't hesitate to seek professional help. Thank you again for watching, and we hope to see you in our next video.